some water. Or can I have some of this water, please? Yeah. Leave at 11, like 11:45, as soon as lunch starts. Oh, yeah, 11:41. Hi, Nicolina. Good morning. Sim's here. Oh, Pamela's home safe and sound, sitting next to Amy. Nice. Girls saying, oh, there you are. Here I am. I'm here. I'm guessing that's you, Laura. Can't see the picture. Amy say good morning. Laura saying, I think that's Laura saying good morning. Morning to Devin, Deb and Marley. And Amy. And Elaine. Keep going. This is Laura, Pamela, Galina, Carol. Oh, Elaine saying, welcome home to you, Pamela. Did you smuggle a penguin in your pouch? Cute. Amazing that you saw all of that so close. You saw a penguin? Antarctica. Kathy's here saying happy day day. And Skyle is here. She's saying good morning, Devin friends. I'm back. And saying hi, sunshine. Sam's saying morning. We got so much fluffy snow last night. Nicolina's saying I've repinked my hair. I couldn't do the gray a minute longer. Feel like my unicorn self. Skyle. Ita Zala's here. Meta's here. And Pamela was saying I did snuggle a penguin in my ozone. I mean, my pocket, a stuffed one. Cute. So here we are, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm Deb. Most of you that are here in the live, we know me as a leader on Wednesday. Know several of you that are here have met both in person and here in our group. And what we do here is we draw mandalas together. Every day we come together and exercise our creative self by communing, sharing, supporting, loving. And we draw mandalas here. I don't know what that was. Feel the stars. I explore with paint. Sometimes our friends draw in our journals. That's a kitty mermaid from Nicolina. I wouldn't say I have a particular style because I don't know what I would call it, but there's a lot of dots involved. There's a reflection off of a building downtown, like the sunrise. Ooh, Marley just said there's a reflection on a building downtown as the sun comes up. Is it glowing? Glowing pink and orange. And my daughter's here with us today. Skyle's seeing pink hearts for your newly pinked hair. Nicolina's starting us off with check-ins, feeling appreciative. And unicorn for you, Nicolina. So speaking of unicorns, I have got to choose a reading in here. So I'm just going to open this up. So this is a book called Find Your Unicorn Space, Reclaiming Your Creative Life in a Too Busy World. It's written by Eve Rodsky. So I'll go ahead and post this reading. But I just opened the book and this is what I found. This is called Face Your Fears. Connect to others in a ready, set, go mindset. Fear, the greatest action inhibitor. I asked more than 1,000 women over the course of 1 year. When you think about pursuing something just for you, what presents the biggest obstacle? My survey produced these top answers. Time, as in I don't have the time. Uncertainty, as in beyond work, parenting, running a household. I don't know what I do for myself or what's worth sharing. Partner support, as in my partner isn't 100% on board. And fear, as in what if I fail? Don't finish. What if my friends, colleagues, and community and the crowd judge me? Or worst, reject me? What if it's too late, i.e., I'm too old, to actively pursue or start something new? What if I'm holding myself back because I don't believe I'm as good as I used to be? What if I don't meet my own expectations? So this says across the board, my interviewees named fear as one of the biggest action inhibitors in pursuing their unicorn space. My friend Jill summed it up by her own fear this way. I will never be as good as I was in my past, so beginning again feels really scary. What if I suck? I worry about whatever I try. Someone else is already doing it better. And honestly, I don't want to be in square one again. So she goes on to say that the resounding top answer was to prepare, as in do my research, study, consult with others who have done it before, practice over and over again, repeat affirmations and get in a good headspace, meditate and follow mindfulness exercises, and allocate resources, time, money, materials, or the equipment needed. I'll catch up on comments here, but let's do some grounding together. So as you come into your space today, maybe what you need is a big stretch. So let's just do that. Coming into your space and letting your eyes close and maybe just sweeping your energy wide. Following your breath as you sink in to your creative practice today. Lifting and lengthening, drawing across your head, drawing across your neck, moving across the plane of your shoulders, and drawing the chest, the sternum, the collarbone wide. Take that next breath as you sweep wide, bringing your hands together, drawing them down the center of your body, moving with your breath as it filters down. That exhale, moving down to the ground, and then lifting it up again. Deep and slow. Steady breath. Breath that moves without a pause. It carries on, connecting one into the next. One more. Choosing now if you want to pull in or draw wide, or if you just need a couple more of that smooth and even breath and the settle. Why is it I never know what day it is on Wednesday? Today's 22nd. I'll catch up here. That's a little better. Nicolene saying I took a photo of the pink San Francisco skyline a few evenings ago. It was beautiful. Nice. Yeah. Winter sunrises. Here in Oregon, at the coast, those winter sunsets are like pastel, hard to believe, like pink and pale yellow and almost blue and lavender. When I look at pictures that we've taken here, it's just so hard to believe that backdrop is real. I'm glad you got to see that, Michelina. Carol's saying so many feelings today, feeling appreciative that my body works so well, despite some physical issues. Feeling so grateful and love, being part of this group, having a loving spouse and family. And then also adds, and feeling terrified about the destruction of our country. And Kyle's saying, welcome home to you, Pamela. And Nicolina's saying, that felt so good. Thank you. Good. Yeah, we don't give ourselves enough time to just pull in a circular breath. I'm so fortunate that I get to share that with other people. I laugh all the time that they actually pay me to do that. I'm not sure that I could do the job that I have to do the other several hours of the day without that. It is cold here in Portland. Whew. We have flurries predicted. Yesterday, it went from 34 to 32 to like 29 to like 27, something like that. It was so cold in my work because we have a front door that opens and closes all day long that my boss went to REI and got us all those hand warmers. They're like the opposite of an ice pack that you crack open. Probably has a bunch of horrible chemicals in it, so that we could just put them in the jacket in the pockets of our jackets and try to stay warm. It was frigid. Michelina or Miss Ann saying, "Home is a good feeling. Thanks for the grounding." Of course. We are getting ready to take off, not this weekend, but next weekend. And we're headed up to Mount Hood to a little town called Rhododendron, and we're going to stay a couple nights up there. And we're going to the sled dog races, which I may have mentioned that to you guys. I'm really excited. That was a huge part of growing up in Colorado, and my family would go every year. And my husband of 25 years and my daughter of 17 years, I've never seen one. So I'm so excited. I can't wait. And I'm curious if we'll have any snowflakes. It's so dry for us. And it was so warm at the beach last weekend. My family was surfing, and so many tourists and 50 surfers in the lineup. And I should say so many locals and tourists. But the weather was like 50 and 60, warm. Sleeves were not necessary. I stayed here. I stayed back. My water up from my heat. I'll be right back. Okay, I'll text Lisa. If that's what you want to do. Might be better. There's going to be a lot of dogs. I'm kind of sad and figured out that we're not going to take our dog with us next weekend. I'm bummed about that, but there'll probably be too many dogs. That might be chaotic with the dogs that are getting ready to race. So interesting, this like innate drive to run. We have a mixed breed, a Muppet, and she is husky and pointer. And when we got her, she was my first dog I've ever had. And when we got her, she immediately, as a little puppy, just would pull forward like she had somewhere to go fast. It was crazy. Still has that, but also has the pointer. So when we had her in the forest, getting our tree, at Christmas time, she would stop and she was pointing at, but she was pointing at something. And got a really cute watercolor set from my husband. That's a travel set. So watercolors. This wrist thing that I think is a dabber, my brush, and then this tiny little, this is the paper, and there's this little tiny wells for the paint. That's magnetic. And there's our brush, of course, and then there's this. So, and it came with like a guide how-to book thing that I downloaded and printed. So I'm gonna take it with me. Play with that next weekend. Carol's saying that sounds so fun. Enjoy. Michelina said I saw a documentary about sled dog culture. Those dogs live to run. As soon as you put a harness on them, they're ready to go. It's amazing. And not have ever had a dog before. The innate characteristics of a dog, is that what you call it? Just this inborn stuff that I see in my dog. It's like crazy. Laura's saying they have a big race in Roquette, Michigan, north of me. I've never been. This thing's so cute. Danny got that, yeah. He's the kind of gift giver, but he does lots of research. MI paste. MI paste. Yeah, Laura, I'm just going to fly on up there and we'll go together. It's very exciting. It's just, you see them take off, and if you're able to get into I'm trying to say move your yourself into an area where you can see them fly by. That's really cool too. And this will be around a lake on Mount Hood, about an hour and a half from us. That's called Frog Lake. And Danny and I have some history up there. When we had our outdoor store, we were one of the sponsors for foot races on snowshoes. So we would go up to Frog Lake. Danny's clothing line, our clothing line, was all, the images were all frogs. Some of them were frogs that were somewhat cartoonish, I guess, comical. And then some were very, very realistic, driven by ecology and conservation and knowing that frogs are so much an indicator of the health of an ecosystem, and super into all that. And yeah, we would take these runners, they were running clubs, up there and rent them their snowshoes at the store, and then take them up. We even had little tiny kid snowshoes. So next weekend we'll take our snowshoes, which really hasn't done much of that with us. One of those things that we haven't done in a long, long time, since she was a little kid. So who knows if she's going to like it, but I have a feeling she will. The documentary I watched is about the Michigan folks. Oh, and Laura's saying that's cool. No pun intended. Booking my ticket. Yes, please talk to my travel agent. Miss him saying that would be lovely, Laura. Yeah, so cool. Love it. I don't know if I could live there with you guys way up north, but northeast, I guess, Midwest. There we go. It would be fun to visit. I'd need lots of layers. Man, it was cold yesterday. I'm wearing Danny's sweater today to work. Be damned. They're giving me any kind of grief about wearing my uniform because I am not doing that today. Laura says, if you're still around, you can come to visit. Yeah. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh my gosh, it's 8:27. I got into my circles here and I can't seem to get out. So as we wrap up today, if you want to check out with an I'm willing statement or something that showed up in your mandala today, like I said, it's all about the dot. My checkout, my I'm willing statement would be, I'm just ready. I'm ready to move through February. Looking for signs of spring. And Sim said I had a chance to head to Phoenix, but thinking the weather whiplash would spin me. Oh my gosh, yes. Well, my friends, it's Wednesday. Find breaths of fresh, energizing air today. I'll be with you all along, maybe privately listening on an AirPod as I work this week. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you on the weekend. Thanks to you too. So much love. See you next week.